Long story short, top 3 were the Bowtech Alliance, the Mathews Arc, and the Hoyt RX9.
Yep.
Kind of run the gamut there. As far as like the Bowtech is buttery smooth, like everything felt comfortable. But one of the things you and I talked about, which is important to a guy like me, is speed. Mm-hmm. I lose a lot of speed by having a shorter draw length. Mm-hmm. And my Elite era, I was shooting 65 pounds also. So I lose a little bit of speed with a lower, draw. Not that it's super low, but it's the lowest I've shot in a long time. I used to always shoot 70 or whatever. So
you're getting older now.
For sure. That was stuff I was worried about. Mm-hmm. And so one of the things you talked about is out of these 3, this Bowtech's going to be the slowest.
And that's just based on testing we've done in the shop. And you pay the piper somewhere. Like, it's the smoothest bow, I think. But just in our little bit of running it over the Garmin here and there compared to some others, it ends up in that 5 to 8 foot a second slower, which isn't the end of the world by any means. And Bowtech advertises that really honestly. Like, if you go to Bowtech's page right now and look at their specs, they're in the 330s for IBO or ATA, whichever one they use. I forget. Scroll down there.
Oh, bet here.
Yeah, there you go. So 334.
Yeah.
Yep. And so they're honest about it. They didn't build that bow to be a speed demon.
Yeah.
And it's not. But a guy comes in with a bum shoulder that's been shooting a bow for 40 years, and he's debating going to crossbow, and I put one of those in his hand, he's going to pick it back up.
He's keep shooting.
Yeah.
That's the Bowtech I shot too, right?
Yeah, you shot the longer version.
The longer? Yeah. But we talked about before, it was by far the smoothest draw one. Like, it was amazing. I mean, it was just...
It just, like, it felt feather light as far as, like, the draw itself. Just, that was easy.
Yep.
And I was still shooting 62 pounds just like the other ones.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, that was nice. But then that was one thing I'm like, oh, okay. So it stayed, but then I went to the Mathews Arc. And badass looking, first off. To me...
Oh, they've done an awesome job.
Aesthetics matters.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
They look really good.
Aesthetics matters to a guy like me, right? So, and a lot of people like their bows to look cool. So I'm not the only guy. But I was like, God damn, this thing is cool. And so it was the most aggressive feeling, I would say, and it was the hardest draw for me at that weight. And I was like, okay, but I really like this. Like, it's lightweight. I felt like it was damn near as light as the Hoyt RX-9.
Yeah,
I think they're
lighter.
pretty much, and it's not technically carbon. I don't know what it is.
It's aluminum,
but it's light. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, we're gonna keep this one, and then the RX-9 just kind of was like, it just felt centered all the time. Like, I just didn't feel like it was hard to draw, and it felt good, and it was lightweight, and I like the carbon aspect of it. So I kept shooting them a little bit, and I ended up taking the Bowtech out of the top 3 first. Mostly just because I'm worried about speed. Mm-hmm. I'm already slow. I believe my era is shooting around like 263 feet per second, 260, somewhere in there. To me, that's slow as hell. I realize it's going to kill a deer. I don't want to go much lower than that. Like, I was really worried about being under 260.
Well, and let me just jump in here because I sell them all.
Sure.
So I don't really have a dog in the fight, but I will say that, like, when it comes down to these flagship bows, they're all so damn good that really you have to be nitpicky about 6-8 foot a second, or
sure,
this draw feels just this much better, or this back wall feels just this much better, or whatever the case may be, because they're so, you could take any of those bows and went and hunted with them and been perfectly fine.
I would have liked any of them. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I would have been happy walking out with any one of those bows.
Right.
But did that, and then it was down between the Arc and the RX-9. And actually, you came up with this idea. I was just going to shoot them a little more and, like, decide. You're like, actually, let's use the same arrow, your arrow, the arrows you're going to be shooting, which I kept my arrows from the other one. And I'm going to put them both on the exact weight, same weight. And I think we did 62.
No, it was 65.
65, okay, That's right. And we're going to shoot them over the Garmin.
And we checked draw length too, because that's a big
check the draw, make sure everything, like, literally the exact same setup.
They were within a 16th of each other. Yep.
And I shot the Arc, and it was like, I don't remember or off the top of my head now, like 263 or 270, 283. That's right. And the No, because the Hoyt was 277 after we bumped it up to 70. So it would have been 273 and then 269.
Okay.
That's right. Okay. So 273 was the ARC and 269 was the RX-9.
So within 4 foot a second.
270. So 3 feet a second.
Yeah.
Like literally right there.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. However, that was as high as I was going to be going on that ARC. Like it was not easy. It was not.
Weight-wise.
Yeah. It was not easy draw. I was like, man, that was I almost drop it to 60 potentially. The RX-9, it was no problem. So I'm like, Kev, I could bump that to 70. I don't think have any issue drawing. So you moved it up to 70. We tested the speed, and now all of a sudden I'm almost 280.
Yeah.
And I could probably even go higher if I really wanted to.
So then is the ARC faster than the Hoyt when you can only pull a certain amount with one or the other? And that, not picking on those two, it's across the board. You're going to be able to draw more with the Bowtech than you would the Hoyt, and more with the Hoyt than you would the ARC, and more with the, so on and so forth. So it's a consideration, and you had a good point. Like, hey, I can handle some more weight with this one, not so much with this one. Let's just see what we can get to.
And it's comfortable. Like, I'm pulling that 70 like I was pulling my 65 on the Era, and like I was pulling 60 on the ARC when you first had them set up for me. And actually, I feel like 70 on that RX-9 was probably easier than 60 was on that ARC.
For you, at your draw length.
For me, at my draw length.
And I should jump in here and say it's different for
at
everybody.
42 years old or however old.
Yeah, draw length, where your draw length lands on that cam spectrum is a big key.
It probably is. I get it.
Like, I know bows that would draw smoother for me, but not for you because I'm at a certain point in the cam, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So at your draw length, the Hoyt won. That doesn't mean at a 28 or a 29 or a 30 that the Hoyt will, because I get plenty of guys that come in the shop and shoot them both and tell me that the ARC is smoother. It's just where they land on the draw length.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely at a shorter spot in that draw length. And, I mean, Micah is going to continue moving back where I stop. Mm-hmm. So maybe that's where I talk about the ARC feeling like it wanted to jump out of my hand because, well, I'm here now. And it felt like it – it was like, oh, let me go, and which was fun. You're like, oh, this thing's going to attack the deer.
Credit to Mathews because they actually did come out with some smooth mods this year for that bow, and the engineers over there are not stupid by any means. So they saw a necessity for that to have a bow that out of the box shoots really fast and is aggressive, and some guys like, and then have a secondary set of mods that you can make that bow also just as smooth as the rest of them on the shelf. Yeah. There's some thought that went into that.
You know what? The ARC almost felt a little bit like my Assassin. Mm-hmm. A little bit like it used to feel in my hand.
Well, I would say that both those bows were chasing a little bit of speed rather than...
Yeah.
And, which is fair. I mean...
Sure, yeah. I think back when the Assassin first came out, like that was its claim to fame. Like we're 333 IBO. Like that was the fast bow at the time.
Yeah, and out of everything on my shelf at my shop, which is 6 of the major 9 brands, it is the fastest.
Right. Yeah. And it was, like I said, it also felt, this is going to sound weird because I don't think it is, it felt smaller to me than
shorter?
the RX-9. Yeah, like it just felt smaller in my hand.
More compact.
Yeah.
They're actually the exact same axle to axle.
I think you said that. Like I even said that. I'm like, I feel like this is just smaller. You're like, actually, it's the same.
Yeah.
I even think I put them up, and I'm like, yeah, okay, you're right. But it felt that way to me. Sure. And so anyway, I chose the RX-9,